I thought it was a great performance. You know, I thought I did what I wanted in the ring. I thought I picked it up when I wanted to. I thought I banged when I wanted to, boxed real well. I don't take nothing from it.
You have power, you carry what? Pacquiao, we forget about a guy like that. He used to be a jockey. And what did he do? He carried his power and he carried his speed, obviously, as the smaller man. Crawford carries his speed, he carries his power. And the most important thing is what's inside of Crawford. He's a special guy. He doesn't believe you can beat him. And it's hard to beat a guy who doesn't believe you can beat him.
I still would be running myself in the dirt because I always felt like if I put more days in work, then I got just as much days over.
Did Terence "Bud" Crawford, fresh off arguably the greatest victory of his career against Canelo Alvarez, just hint at a shocking retirement? Moments after cementing his legacy as one of the sport's all-time greats, subtle clues and cryptic messages began surfacing online. Crawford, standing at the absolute peak of his career, has stunned the boxing world with whispers that he might walk away. After all, what's left to prove? He just dismantled a legend and proved beyond all debate that he's the undisputed king, delivering a performance for the ages.
That ninth round came, you got into your stance, you got low. I said, oh, he finna try to bang with him. And you had those exchanges, and did that just happen, or you knew when that bell rang, that ninth round, I'm finna try to see, I'm finna test him?
No, I just knew just to pick it up because, you know, it was getting close to the championship rounds. And I just wanted to make sure that, you know, I set a tone that I was in charge.
He made a big mistake at the end of that round, though.
Yeah.
He reached out and acknowledged that he shook his head and...
Yeah, we ain't doing that.
Yeah, that's a big mistake.
Yeah, we ain't doing that.
And he really made the first mistake at the weigh-in.
Yeah.
People don't understand. Like, that don't mean everything. That don't mean that Terence is gonna win the fight or whoever gonna win the fight. But when you break that stair, it wasn't just him breaking the stair first. He reached his hand out to you at the weigh-in. I said, ooh-wee. Then he did it again in the ninth round. When he did it in the ninth round, I said, yeah, this fight, it ain't over, but it's over. He got his respect, and that's really what he came here to get. You seen him do that, right?
Yeah. I walked away.
Yeah.
I walked off.
Yeah. What was you thinking when he tried, when you seen that concession?
I'm like, man, we ain't touching no hands.
But did you think like, oh, I got him?
No, I didn't think nothing. I already knew I had him. I felt like I was winning all the rounds except, you know what I mean, one. I felt like he could have got the, you know what I mean, what was it, the fifth round? You know what I mean? But all the other rounds, I'm like, I'm in control.
Crawford now seems poised to make the ultimate power move, walking away from boxing as an undefeated king. Was his historic win the perfect mic drop moment, or could there still be one more chapter left in one of boxing's greatest stories? The night of September 13th, 2025 was meant to be about legacy. The stakes were enormous. One loss, especially a brutal one, could have tarnished his flawless record. But Crawford didn't just win, he dominated. With a masterful display of speed, timing, and precision, he outclassed the face of boxing himself, delivering a victory that will echo for generations.
It became a fight where Crawford made it where Canelo, to have any chance, he had to go get close. So he had to go through a bad neighborhood.
Yep.
And Crawford mugged him. It's that simple. He had to go through a bad neighborhood to get anything done, to get to the place that something was going to be done good.
Yeah.
And he got mugged going through that neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Well, if I think about it, if I do come back, can you train me?
We're not even,
Please. I'm asking you right now if I do.
Do they have commercials on this thing? You guys got commercials?
Fellow boxer Blair Cobbs later revealed that he believed Canelo was badly hurt several times and might have even been stopped if the fight had gone another round. That speaks volumes about Crawford's dominance. With that win, he achieved something truly historic, becoming the first male boxer of the modern four-belt era to unify championships in 3 different weight classes. He had climbed the highest mountain, leaving no doubt about his greatness. But even before the Canelo fight, hints about his future were already there. During a May 27th interview with Sporting News Australia, when asked whether this super fight could be his last, Crawford gave a cryptic 5-word reply that sent ripples through the boxing world. Who knows? We shall see.
I know you're not looking past this fight and you take things one step at a time, but is there a chance that this is your last fight?
Who knows? We shall see.
It was easy to dismiss that as typical fighter focus, refusing to look past the next challenge. But in hindsight, it was the first real sign that retirement wasn't just a distant idea, but a genuine possibility. The Canelo bout was his defining crossroad, the ultimate test and potential final chapter. When the dust settled and the belts were secured, the whispers grew louder. During his post-fight interview on Netflix, Max Kellerman asked the question everyone wanted answered. Have we just seen the final fight of Terence Crawford's career? Still breathing heavy from the 12-round war, Crawford stayed non-committal. Like I said before, I don't know. I've got to sit down with my team and talk about it. There was no firm denial, no promise of return, just silence where most fighters would already be planning their next move. For a man who had just proven himself the best in the world, that pause said everything. Interview just 2 weeks later, on September 30th, Crawford sat down with the great Andre Ward on the All the Smoke Fight podcast. When Ward pressed him about his future, Crawford revealed a telling detail. I'm just chilling, man. I haven't even had time to sit down with my team, but I've talked with my family, and I know what my family wants. His tone was calm, reflective, far from the fire and intensity of fight night.
What are we boxing for at this point? What else is there to do? There's always going to be a YouTuber or a reporter or somebody conjuring up another challenge. We box to get ourselves in a better financial position, to build a name and a legacy. Those boxes are checked. What else are we doing? Why are we still in the game? I get it.
Said exactly what his family wanted, but the message was clear. Reading between the lines, it seemed those closest to him, the ones who've endured every sacrifice, every brutal camp, and every long night, might finally want him to walk away. The life of a fighter takes a toll not just on the athlete, but on their loved ones. For a man who has reached the pinnacle of the sport, financially secure and physically healthy, maybe this is the perfect time to stop. For his family, this isn't about legacy. It's about longevity.
But then when you get to that point where you know, like, oh, I can take a rest day because, let my muscles, recover so I can get more out of it. In this fight, I ain't gonna get tired. I've been here before. I put the work in. That was always my fear, is being in a fight and getting tired to where I couldn't perform.
Andre Ward, a modern legend who also retired undefeated, approached the conversation from a place of rare understanding. He spoke not as an interviewer, but as someone who has stood at that same crossroads, choosing peace over glory. Ward reflected on the rare privilege of leaving the sport with both legacy and health intact, a luxury few fighters ever experience. He didn't offer advice, but his questions carried the weight of experience, prompting Crawford to think deeply about what truly matters when the gloves finally come off.
Know when it's time to hang it up.
When I want to. I'm going to retire from boxing before I let boxing retire me. I always said that I'm going to retire on my own terms, and I'm going to feel good because everything that I did it my way. Whether it took me however many years to get to the point where I'm at, I did it my way. A lot of people can't say that. A lot of people can criticize me and say, oh, well, he re-signed with Top Rank and he's this, he's that. But at the time, that was the best move for me in my career. You feel me?
Yeah.